Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome in, welcome back after a long, wait, was it a long weekend? No, it was a normal weekend. It just felt long because I was really hungover on Friday, so I just kind of like had to sleep the whole time. How have you guys been? How is everything? G the Mystic says evening all. Hi G! Also Jen Loss is back. Hello, Nodster's here. We have a couple people over in YouTube like Alex who said another nice cozy stream. Love you so much. Thank you for the lovely content, Diana. Oh my god, thank you for enjoying the lovely content. Holy shit. Froyo Orion Pop, amazing name. And then also Dave J was here to say hello, hi. Lukage is back for another stream, another subscription. I know how to stream. I've done this before. Notster also wants to do a posture check, which is honestly, I'm a little insulted by that, as well as a hydrate. And today's flavor, where is it? Here we go. Of hydration is bubbly mango. It's real bubbly. You guys hear that? I don't know how my mic works. I don't know if I'm holding it in the right spot, but close enough. I also added lemon juice and it did not like that. It frothed it up like crazy and then spilled all over my counter. HT, hey, Arctic Spider 20, hello. Hi, welcome in for the first time. Also, Grognard is here saying happy evening, sunshine. Dude, it's been so sunny out here. It's been so nice. Also, Peak Performance says, hey, did you play any Undertale or Deltarune? Happy to be here. So I just actually played Undertale for the first time, and then as one does, I immediately did the neutral route the entire way through, and then I reloaded a save and then did the pacifist route, and then but granted, all of that was just so that I could run through and do the genocide route like as quickly as possible because I thought it was really interesting the way the different characters like changed their everything. I mostly did it because I love the lore. I haven't played Deltarune though. I don't know anything about it actually. Because it hasn't been out, right? They released a demo fucking billions of years ago and then nothing ever came of it, right? I don't know. Natsu says Diana went full murder hobo. Yeah, I could not beat the Sandspite though. So I'm not good at the game. Just to make that abundantly clear, bullet hell games are like my actual hell. Flying Minister, thanks for the 100 bits. Also, thank you for starting the hype train. We also have Jen Pork Chop, who is here for the first time, and DBCU and Lukage have both resubscribed. Lukage saying we're streaking before the stream starts, and DBCU saying almost 2 years of this shenaniganery. Dude, I want to make shenaniganery a t-shirt. I feel like that'd be a great bit of merch. Kids Manis, I know I'm not reading that right. Hello. And Dave says, man, it was a long weekend, honestly. It felt really long. I don't know if that was just me. But DBC, welcome back. Here, let me do, how's that for the glare? Is that? Oh, that's not that bad. I could have just had it angled this way the whole time. Aladile, welcome in. Saying hello, Dana. Hi, Aladile. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me do DB_CU is a new subscriber, a resubscriber. Lukage86 as well. Thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh. Is anyone else coming to Gen Con and excited about it? Or PAX West or PAX Australia? I know I've been talking nonstop about cons recently, but it's because it's because everyone's like getting me on for all of these panels and things, and I want to know who I'm gonna see. Flying Minister, welcome back. Thank you so much for subbing with Prime. I just wrote Minister. No, Flying Minister. We need an aerial minister. Flying Minister. Thank you so much for the sub as well, and for continuing the hype train. You guys are the best. Let's see. Anyway, Angel said, I'm so sad that I won't be at Gen Con this year. Oh man, I'm sorry. Also, Phoenix says the Newburgh. Something about a burger lap has not gone well. Your boy blew his engine. Wait, are we talking about like actual races? Oh no. Like Formula One? It is that season, right? Or am I crazy? Jen Loss also said Deltarune is released in chapters. There's currently 4 out and they're absolutely worth playing. How is it compared to Undertale though? I feel like it's not as good from what I heard, but I also don't talk to a lot of people who play those sorts of games. Bug said I'd go to PAX West, but money would allow TwitchCon. Honestly, if I were to choose between the two, I would also go to TwitchCon. But also, if you have intent to be a streamer in any capacity, I'd go to TwitchCon. If you just enjoy video games and tabletop games, I'd go to PAX West. And also, it depends on where you are, you know, along the West Coast. But I'm glad there's at least something for us out here. The amount of cons that I have that are over on the fucking... over on the East Coast is fucking terrible. I've just spent an entire day just getting out there. Peak Performance says Deltarune is becoming better than Undertale, and it's the game Toby Fox always wanted to make. Interesting. Oh shit, Budman also says I saw the Superman movie over the weekend. Okay, who else saw the Superman movie? Because I have not, but I've heard people will not shut the fuck up about how amazing it is. And I need to know if the hype is actually real. Also, Hamza, sorry, over on YouTube says, hey Diana, have you seen DC20? So I haven't. I was recruited to help do promo for DC20 forever ago when it started to like really become a thing. I said no politely because I don't know, there's a lot of systems that are coming out like that. There's Shadow Dark, there's DC20, there's like, just a billion other things that are kind of clogging the market right now, and I figured it was best not to throw my name behind one, for the sake of the fact that I didn't want to exclude potential work from any of the others, so I try and keep it pretty chill. FTD Gamers, hey, saying happy pregnancy term for your 9th month. Congrats! Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Enjoy parenthood. FTD Gamers, thank you so much for joining the board. Also, Taylor's on a 10 stream in a row. Hey, Taylor, welcome back. Let's see, Budman says, I liked some parts and really disliked some parts. Oh, of Superman? And the bug says David Cornsweat is a good Superman. And it's fucking good. Oh, goodness. Okay, but what actually makes it good? Because like, here's the thing, I don't watch superhero stuff. I've never read a comic book in my life. I've read graphic novels, but not comic books when it comes to like superhero things. The closest I've gotten is I watched a synopsis of Unbreakable once. That's where I'm at. Is it enjoyable for people who don't give a fuck about anything to do with the DCU? Also, Doridian said I would be offended for the East Coast hate, but after going to the West Coast a bunch of times, I get it. It's just the time loss sucks, you know? Biggie Cheese, hello, welcome in, saying howdy. And Angel says, I need this week to hurry up and finish. I just want to play D&D on Friday. Oh, how's everyone's campaigns going? I haven't heard a lot of people talk about them recently, at least not the ones that they're in. If you guys have any fun stories, let me know. But Biggie Cheese, welcome back for your 2nd month, saying the music for the film is, Bug said the music for the film is so moving, it's a modern version of the original from the 70s. Oh, so is it like a straight up remake? Or did they do the thing where they did it with Spider-Man, whatever the name is? Homecoming, is it? Where they skipped the entire beginning part because they were like, yeah, you know the fucking story. Let's get to the part where he knows what his powers are and he fights a new threat. Is it like that? Or is it actually like a retelling, like a rebirth from the beginning? Because if it's not a remake, oh, okay. I was gonna say if it was, I probably would watch it. Also, Clever Kale says, once you see the red dot, you cannot unsee the red dot. Where is it today? Oh man, okay, the red dot, I need to make like a parking space for it or something. It's usually somewhere on this side of the camera, I feel like. Am I wrong? I can't see it on any of my outputs. Fuck. If someone lets me know whereabouts or like highlight, wait, is that it? No, it's not. That's just the seams on my chair. Yeah, the red dot, I'm so sorry. It is a little bit annoying. It's just a camera, a dead pixel thing. It's under the L on the Secret Labs chair. Oh, I see it, I just passed it. Oh shit. Okay. So it's here. Oh no, it's gonna be like right in the middle of my face, isn't it? Fuck. Miriak, thank you so much for the resub. Also, let me get Biggie Cheese on the board. Biggie Cheese 1218. God, it makes me want mac and cheese so bad. Here we are, Biggie Cheese. Is it 1218? Yeah, 1218. Amazing. And then we also have Miriak. Welcome back. Weren't you just here last week? Oh, thank you so much for subbing again, even though you were literally just subbed. Or gifting a sub, maybe. Let me see. Now resubbed for 11 months. Welcome back for your 11th month. Also, Andronima wants me to do a pasta check. God damn it. Angel said, the paladin in my party just found out that my character is an undead now. My character had no clue he got turned into one. Oh, I love that story. It also says, I also got complimented by the DM on how good my character's backstory is, and he can't wait to let me reveal it to the party. Oh, I love that sort of shit. The like slow drip reveal of things in D&D is some of my favorite stuff ever. I also just realized I never went live on TikTok. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. Let me do this. The title for today's stream is it's very alarming. It just says we didn't die in a fire. That's mostly because we had a bunch of lightning storms recently. Paige, hi! Guys, everyone say hi to Paige, also known as Pluto's Underworld. Here, hold on. I haven't done a shout out in forever. I also feel like I haven't seen you in forever. How are you? But everyone go follow her. She's doing an amazing job, especially when it comes to the tabletop space. And she just settled in with an amazing group that you guys are gonna wanna watch. But Dave J said, I did not like the new Superman. I must be the only one. We also have Hamza who said, you should check this one out. It's pretty cool. Oh, check DC20 out. I see what you mean. Okay, The Bug Life says it's not a remake. It's a new universe being made by James Gunn, who did Guardians of the Galaxy. The movie is great for a casual viewer. CGI is good, and I meant the music is a modern version of the whole movie. Oh, I get that. That makes sense. Paige, we're discussing Superman. Have you seen it yet? I feel like you probably would love it, and I don't know why, but I just get the vibe that you would. Akodogaru, welcome in. Hi, thanks so much for the resub with Prime, and welcome back for your second month. I remember when you first joined. Oh my god, it's great to see you again. HT also wanted me to hydrate. There was a little sip there. Akodo, let me add you in. I know how to spell. There we go. Lucas says I'm gonna say Paige, so we have to cover all the bases on spelling. And then HT said like Hangman Page. Got it. Who is Hangman Page? I also... Oh wait, Akoda says she remembers when I subbed. I feel special now. Yeah, I remember when you first showed up. Also, Vinny said, now Superman isn't Clark. It's an adaptation closer to John Kent's super son. Got it. Paige says he's a wrestler. Oh, I see. Dude, wrestlers could go way more unhinged with their names, honestly. Like, isn't there one dude called, like, who is he? It's got a very patriotic vibe. It's like a skull, but with the American flag on it. And I remember his name being dumb. Maybe I'm thinking, maybe it's just a normal name. Maybe it's just a normal name and I'm fully like, I thought he had a stage name. I don't know. I don't watch wrestling. I just am friends with Odin who watches wrestling. Anyway, she says, Diana, you left your freckle at the camera. Yeah, where the fuck is it? If I just like lean over a little bit, it kind of looks like part of the hair, which I'm kind of down for. Jordan says ignore the 70s to 80s problematic names. Oh God, oh no. There's no way those are still a thing, right? Please tell me they changed those. Pascal said turn it into a freckle. Ugh, I'm gonna have to address it at some point. I'm gonna put something on my, like a little white box or something on this stream. Oh, but then it would hide it. Shit, anything I do is just gonna be more noticeable. Fuck, that's fine. Dave says the acting was awesome in the new Superman movie. I love the real type character interaction. Just not used to seeing Superman get his ass whipped by humans. Is that actually what happened? Did he get his shit pushed in by a human? Isn't he supposed to be basically immortal except for, does he still have the kryptonite thing? Where he's immune to basically everything except for like this one super rare mineral that's not even present on planet Earth at all? Because that always seemed a little bit, just like a slight bit OP to me. Maybe I'm wrong, but DVCU said wrestlers do some wild ass collabs, like when some of them became penguins for Surf's Up 2. Oh, I remember watching like a Clash of Clans like collab once, and I thought that was bad enough. Oh man. Also, Bug said I was gonna go, but my Superman knowledge is required. Sorry to keep you trapped. Christoph said, does she not know Superman? No, not really. Also, Bud says he's vulnerable to kryptonite and magic. Who the fuck has magic just casually lying around? Is that something that normal humans can get? Or is it like another thing where it's like, oh yeah, there's a league of fucking sorcerers out there, and Benedict Cucumber Pitch is the only one who can stop him. Is that one of those situations? Either way, I also wanted to mention, Aruku Gaming, welcome in. Hello, hello. Christoph said yes. Oh, good. Shazam also said Shazam, John Constantine. Is John Constantine in the DC universe? My boy Keanu is in the DC universe? No way. Is he actually? Wait, how come you guys didn't start with this? Motherfuckers, you guys should have led with that. Oh, so is that why they're making another one? Oh. Okay. Maybe I'll get a little bit more into it now. Samurai, welcome in. Hello, hello. Jordan says Chaz is learning how much Dinah doesn't know about superheroes. You guys are learning how much Dinah doesn't know shit about fuck. I don't know anything. But Christoph said they're making another Constantine. Yeah, aren't they? They're doing a second one, I'm pretty sure. But it's without Keanu. That tracks. The man is like on the brink of death already. Let me see. Samurai, welcome in. I'm honestly kind of shocked that they brought him in for Ballerina. Because he actually had, spoiler for Ballerina, but slightly, it's not plot relevant. He had a whole ass fight scene against like several dudes, like old school fucking John Wick style. And I'm kind of shocked he didn't break, just shatter into a billion pieces. But Dave says Matt Ryan is definitely a lot more accurate as Constantine. Gotcha. We also have Bug who said, so in this movie, he's a lot more human, but still Superman. He's in his first few years of him using his powers proper, and James Gunn intentionally made him a lot more balanced so he's more relatable as a human. Good. The man was not relatable at all. He was like way too hot to be relatable in any iteration of him. Granted, I'm not into dudes without beards, but like, so his whole clean shaven face thing is not my vibe, but I can still admit he's way too attractive and needs to be nerfed. Christoph, welcome back for your 40th stream in a row and official Gen Bath. Hi. Johnny Infamous says, wait till Diana learns about Bill and Ted. Is that another one of those things that's gonna be like, God, have you guys heard about the fact that almost every universe is connected to almost every other by way of Scooby-Doo? Like, have you guys seen these weird theories where people will trace like Scooby-Doo to the Ghostbusters to like 9/11 or some shit like that, in the same way that, I don't know, in some sort of like butterfly effect of canon lore, I suppose. Jen Beth says, hey, saw you on TikTok and had to follow a fellow Pacific Northwest girly. Oh my god, hi. Hello, hope you're enjoying the weather, but good to see you and thank you so much for the follow and for saying hi. Bootstrap says 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. No, it's 6 degrees of Scooby-Doo. Yeah, Cashcal said Scooby-Doo is connected to every universe. Right. So Crayhex says Scooby-Doo where Shaggy's literally gone. Hold on. This is a verifiable thing. Scooby-Doo connected to every... I'm just gonna Google connected to everything, and then it's gonna make me do a CAPTCHA. So give me like 2 seconds to click on a bunch of mountains, and then we'll be good. So Scooby-Doo is connected to everything. The Scooby-Doo universe isn't a single connected timeline. Some of them are separate continuities. Okay, but how does it connect to a bunch of random shit? Scooby-Doo is the key to a massive shared cartoon universe. The canonical universe of Scooby-Doo. Okay. But this is like within the lore. I'm talking about how it gets related to a bunch of random stuff. The Pixar theory, says Darth Quigon, is where all of their movies are in the same universe throughout time, which is the fun one. Oh god, wait, because Pixar did, what's the one with the emotions that gets absolutely wild after not a lot of time? Oh, Johnny Infamous says, if it wasn't for 9/11, we wouldn't have My Chemical Romance or Twilight. That's right. So we wouldn't have, so someone traced it recently from 9/11 to the downfall of Ellen DeGeneres. And this was a whole thing. Don't ask me why I memorized this TikTok out of the billion that I watch every week, but there was this one thing that someone was talking about on a podcast where she was like, yeah, 9/11 indirectly led to the downfall of Ellen DeGeneres. And it was because Gerard Butler, was it? Is his name? He witnessed the towers falling, and as a way, Gerard Way. Yeah, got it. So he, like, witnessed the towers falling, and as a way of coping with the destruction that he saw, he created My Chemical Romance. My Chemical Romance then, I think, was turned into a fan fiction, or it was like a fan fiction about him or something like that, which was then turned into Twilight, which then had another fan fiction written about Twilight, which turned into 50 Shades of Grey. Then that launched What's-Her-Face's career, the girl who was in How to Be Single and who was like the main character, the main girl in 50 Shades of Grey. And then who later became stupidly famous and got interviewed on Ellen DeGeneres' show. Then she called out Ellen DeGeneres on her own show for being kind of a piece of shit behind the cameras. And then ever since then, a bunch of people started calling Ellen out, and it was kind of like the end of her career socially, not fully. Like, she's still filthy rich, I'm sure, but... Christoph said 9/11 had such a ripple effect. Dude, one of my favorite jokes recently is someone kept coming up to me and telling like a joke that's just, it's some dumb throwaway in a line. It's like, oh my god, I just woke up from a coma. I can't wait to see my 2 favorite towers again. Which is like, such a dumb one-liner, but I love it so much. It lives rent-free in my head. Lucas says, this is similar to the SCP to Grimace Shake thing. Can we just do a whole stream of these? I don't have any more. If you guys have others, let me know. I know there's some really wild butterfly effects. Like if we go, hold on, let's Google these. There's gotta be a bunch more. Weird butterfly effect facts. 10 butterfly effect examples. This better be real. Okay, so that's the actual one. Accidentally creating penicillin. These are just direct effects, though. I'm thinking about, like, yeah, what are some of the most ridiculous butterfly effects? Wait, hold on. The Breaking Bad universe with Walt, Saul, and the Drug Empire / cartel led to their downfall by a skater calling a Hispanic old lady biznatch in front of her grandson. Oh god, I haven't seen Breaking Bad in forever. but that tracks. Also, this one says the evil, tyrannical Fire Lord Ozai was defeated and peace was restored to the four nations because Sokka was being a sexist piece of shit and made his sister so angry that she broke the iceberg and released the Avatar. So stuff like that. Anyway, there's a long explanation of how if the Buffalo Bills scored a single extra touchdown, the Kardashians never would have become famous. Whoa, wait, where is that? O.J. Simpson used to play for the Buffalo Bills, a football team that was technically very good, but had a habit of getting to the Super Bowl only to lose. It was 5 years in a row that they got that far and lost, apparently when this person was a child. Anyway, I assume the reasoning goes, if O.J. had a bit more money and was more financially and emotionally stable, then he and his wife wouldn't have divorced. So if he had won more games, then he would have stayed married. She wouldn't have gotten murdered by... him is crossed out, some unknown killer that OJ is still looking for, and then OJ wouldn't have hired a swath of high-powered and priced lawyers who were temporarily catapulted into the public eye, including Robert Kardashian, the husband/father to the reality star Kardashians. HT says I'm still pissed they cut Sokka's sexist arc from the live-action show. Yeah, because wasn't that like a whole redemption that was just wiped out? Fucking wild. Johnny Famous says, learning how much the world of pro wrestling changed after 9/11 is crazy. Wrestlers used to be able to rent cars and ride on planes using their gimmick names instead of real names because TSA didn't exist. Ooh, yeah, to be fair, I can't even imagine like what pre-TSA travel was like. Also, Den Durandra, welcome back. Good to see you. Hello, and welcome for your, oh my god, 21 months of being subscribed? You can drink now, congrats. But good to see you. Jordan says, not quite a butterfly effect, just weird, but Mark Hoppus of Blink-182 is the reason we found Osama bin Laden. What? Wait, how? Wait, explain that one. Also, It's a Whoopi says, OJ is no longer actually looking for the killer. The Duke says, it was convenient, I imagine, and Budman says, pre-TSA was insane. The one thing that I think of when I think about pre-TSA flying, and again, I was 2 at the time that fucking the towers fell, but the main thing I think of is that one scene in Home Alone where the entire family is just sprinting through the fucking airport to get to their flight on time, which is why they don't see that Kevin McAllister is gone. But they just like can go. And no one sprints and tackles you and like fucking, you know, shoves your face into the tiles or whatever for sprinting in an airport because they think you're suspicious. That just doesn't happen. HG says, I think of Home Alone. Yeah, exactly. Johnny Infamous says pro wrestling is also indirectly responsible for most of the political changes and progressiveness in America. For instance, pro wrestling was the first sport to desegregate and have the first POC world champion. But it's also the reason why almost every single president since George W. Bush won. Oh, wild. Is it actually that? Oh, I don't know if I want to trace that one back. Non-Star also wants me to hydrate, which, here, cheers, chat. There's some for you as well. Don't forget to hydrate. But, Drodan says that wait, hold on. What were we talking about when it comes to, yeah, Mark Hoppus of Blink-182 is the reason we found Osama bin Laden. We knew that he was recording audio or video at the same time every day. So the Blink-182 guys suggested they fly over in a grid pattern over where they thought he was and then triangulate it. Then they did and found him. Oh, that is so wild that they would listen to him. Also, Johnny Pino, welcome in. Good to see you. Cry says, I want to, oh yeah, over on YouTube says, I just want to say I really love your shorts and wish you the best. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Also, Vinny Smile says, DB Cooper got away with the largest unsolved heist because of the lack of TSA. Oh. Is it bad? I feel like I read about DB Cooper exactly once and every bit of information I learned about him leaked from my brain right after, as does most information. Who was that again? But Chloe says you look familiar, D&D and laying down shorts. I just lay down because it's comfy. Honestly, the amount of time that I will take food into my just my office, like right here, and just sit on the floor and eat is more than I care to admit. The Budman says I am DB Cooper. Also, HT says DB Cooper, you mean Tommy Wiseau? Is it? I don't know any of this story. Budman says I used to watch the planes right at the gate. Oh God, imagine being able to wait at the gate for someone to hop off the plane. How insane. Also, Kosho, welcome in. Hi. And Malevolent MES says, pre-TSA as a kid, we used to be invited into the cockpit to hang out with the pilots for a bit just to see how it all works mid-flight. And so you could have contributed to how cool pilots were perceived as. I mean, to be fair, pilots are also pretty laid back and pretty chill as far as I'm aware. Granted, I don't have to talk to them that much, so take that with a grain of salt. Kinky Renee, amazing name, welcome in. Vinny Smile says DB Cooper was a dude who stole like 7 million and disappeared between a flight from Oregon and Washington. Really? How do you disappear on a flight that's like an hour long? Eris AM, welcome in. Also, Renee says, I'm gonna start my first campaign in the next fortnight. I'm so excited. Congrats. Chat, how much is a fortnight? That's like 2 weeks, right? I don't know what a fortnight is. I'm too American for this. Speaking of TSA, D-Trim says he jumped out of a plane with a bunch of money, never to be found again. Whoa. So is DB Cooper's actual like identity, or is that like a pen name or something that he used? He jumped out and yelled Geronimo. She says a fortnight is 2 weeks. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, hold on, DB Cooper. I feel like this is Googleable information. Oh, is that what he looked like? He looks like one of those pictures of someone that you would send to someone to keep an eye out for like doppelgangers. Like it's just a little uncanny. Oh shit, they have a Netflix thing about him. And they also think he's this guy? The brows are completely wrong. But DB Cooper, also known as Dan Cooper. You could come up with something better than Dan. Clay Tony says this is very Mandela catalog coded. It is. Also, Racked Up Shoddy 69. Hello, welcome in. Johnny says, I feel like this is deja vu. I swear we've had this conversation. Have we? Okay, on Thanksgiving, a man carrying a black attaché case. Oh, it's just a briefcase. Why wouldn't you just call it a briefcase? Come on, people. 2025. Chill the fuck out with your vocabulary and your accent marks. Approached the flight counter for Portland International Airport's Northwest Orient Airlines, bought a one-way ticket using cash, which was a 30-minute trip up to Seattle. He listed his name as Dan Cooper, and eyewitnesses described him. He took seat 18E. Damn, they got him down to the seat? Ordered a drink, which was a bourbon and a 7-Up. Okay, that's how you know he's a criminal. Bourbon and 7-Up? Is that something that anyone else has ever tried? Wild. Racked Up Shotty says, you strike me as a woman with beautiful feet. I hope you're enjoying your Monday. I will neither confirm nor deny, but I've never gotten a pedicure, so I'll leave it up to your guys' imagination. Let's see. 36 passengers on board. And oh my gosh, he handed a note to a flight attendant, and the flight attendant thought that he was just like hitting on her, so she didn't open it and just put it in her purse. And the guy was like, Miss, you better look at that note. I have a bomb. It says, Miss, I have a bomb in my briefcase and I want you to sit by me. Oh, wild. You can't even thread about shit like that nowadays, let alone actually have one. She asked quietly to see the bomb, and she saw 2 rows of 4 red cylinders, which she assumed were dynamite. Attached to them were a wire and a large cylindrical battery, which resembled a bomb. I should not be talking about this on TikTok. Cooper closed the briefcase and told Schaefer his demands. She wrote a note with the demands, brought it to the cockpit, and informed the crew. He requested $200,000 in a knapsack by 5 p.m. Wanted 2 parachutes for the front, 2 back parachutes. Which means he planned to take a hostage with him, discouraging authorities from supplying non-functional equipment. That's that's smart. I wouldn't have thought to do that. Let's see. He was asked why he chose Northwest Airlines to hijack. In response, DB Cooper laughed and replied, it's not because I have a grudge against your airlines, it's just because I have a grudge. And then just said that it suited his needs. And then they just like had really nice conversation, it sounds like. But it looks like he released the passengers, took off again, and then he just booked it. Interesting. Drew's dead, hi! And Bradle says I want to donate the $32 gold, but I can't say donate button. Oh, thank you so much, that's super kind of you. Yeah, there you go, DBC just dropped it. Also, it's not super necessary. It's mostly just because the fungus gnats are coming back and it's pissing me off. But that would help a ton. But Draco's is back saying, I've arrived. I just have ads. Oh, I'm sorry, Draco. But Samurai, here's the hydrate for you. And Johnny Infamous says, it's way better than a Jack and Coke, a bourbon and 7-Up is. Because Coca-Cola makes the alcohol have a gritty taste, but Jack and Sprite brings out the flavor of the alcohol. Interesting. I didn't know that. Not exactly a connoisseur, though. I'm like a vodka girly because it's easy. But Lukage wants us to do a poll saying, going with the Superman discussion at first, what superpower is best? Invisibility, flight, telepathy, telekinesis, or teleportation? Oh, I would do telepathy. I feel like telepathy you can at least like explain away without getting caught by the government. But if we're also not taking into account governments being absolute pieces of shit in every, you know, superhero story ever, I remember watching Jumper when I was a kid, then I don't know. Also, Ben Bright, thank you so much for subscribing over on TikTok. I forgot subscriptions were a thing over there. We also had Chip Douglas, who is here. Hi, Chip. Let me add you to the board as well. Thank you so much for the sub. Doug, oh my god, I know how to spell, I swear. Doug, Liz. Good to have you back for, what month is that? 23! Good god, you're almost at 2 years. Duke says telepathy isn't speaking or listening. I'd imagine both, right? Duke says one is just a really quiet conversation and the other is a living hell. That's a good question. That's a very good point. I guess there's not really that much of a distinction, right? But let's see. Chloe said, I bought Wildspire 125 miniatures pack and spent the whole weekend mold line trimming and priming with rattle can. I think I'm in over my head. Yeah, I feel you. As a girlie who spent thousands on Kingdom Death at Gen Con last year, I'm still not caught up to all the minis that I need to build. And I've been given 365 fucking days, you know? But Baraka says invisibility is for bank robbers and perverts only. Take that how you wish. Yeah, I kind of have to agree. I feel like invisibility needs some really specific use cases. And if you can just tune into someone's thoughts, you know, trying to figure out their phone password or, you know, figure out if they actually like you, you know, you could skip so much therapy. You could figure out what your therapist thinks about you. I don't know. Maybe I'm insecure. Bob says telepathy sounds straight up awful. There's already too many voices going on up there. I'm assuming it's something that you can tune in and out to. Like you have to focus on someone in particular. Otherwise, what's the point of telepathy in like D&D and things like that? But Jay Side, welcome in. And Death Chaos says morning, morning. Hey, hello. Vinny says out of the listed telekinesis, but nah, primordial darkness manipulation includes all those and way more. Jackie Estacado, Jesus, has it if you want a reference. Primordial darkness manipulation sounds like it's straight out of an anime. My god. But Death Chaos also wants me to hydrate. I can do that. And it's Wolfie said I bought my PAX Unplugged ticket. Yeah, so I just submitted my application to be a press person. I haven't heard back yet, but that's also because it's only been open 4 days, so, you know. Nimbus, hi! Oh my god, guys, everyone say hi to Nimbus Comics, who is a tier 1 subscriber. Welcome in, welcome back for, I think, your first sub. I don't recognize the name, but it's lovely to have you. I'll add your name to the board as well. Comics, there we go. Can you see that okay? You can see that okay. Budman says teleportation would be awesome. Think of all the transportation costs you'd save. True, but also, like, it depends on if it's like Jumper, where you have to have seen the location first, and also if it can be counteracted in some way. Because I guess you could also never be restrained if that was the case. But the poll is up if you guys are wanting to put your votes where your mouth is. Malevolent Mess says teleport is just invisibility and flying without the extra steps. That's true. Also, Bootstraps Nate, hi! Thank you so much for the $32 tip to help out with the fungus gnat issue that's in my fucking apartment once again. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. That's super sweet of you, Nate. Round of applause for Nate, everybody. That's very kind. Christoph also says you've seen Jumper. I love that movie. Yeah, I watched it a ton when I was a kid. Way too young to watch a movie like that, by the way. But doesn't it also have Samuel L. Jackson in it? Or am I thinking of something else? Jumper movie. I also remember getting it mixed up with, Samuel L. Jackson as like the leading antagonist. He was great in, he makes a very good antagonist, I will say, in Glass and, what was the one where it's Kingsman as well. Spoiler, he's not the good guy in Kingsman. But I remember watching this movie when I was a kid, mostly because it was related to Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It was one of the few movies that we had on DVD. And then I got it confused with Looper, which also came out around the same time. Also a pretty decent movie. I don't remember if I watched it. I might have seen it myself. Also, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I think we were talking about Rat Boy Summer forever ago. Prime example, that man. Let's see. Lucas says this poll is heavily favoring one superpower already. Like, maybe 2/3 of the way through, a lot of people want teleportation. Oh man, no one voted for telepathy except for one person? You guys, please. Also, Rolly, Chloe, Oli, hello. And Vinny says, also, if you risk splicing yourself in teleports. Ah, I getcha. I mean, yeah, if you accidentally teleport into, you know, if you look at a picture and you teleport to the scene in that picture, what if you accidentally end up inside a building? I feel like the difficulty, like what if you try and teleport while drunk? What if you accidentally like zoop yourself into a moving vehicle and then the slamming of momentum and shit like that? That would suck, right? I don't know. Johnny says telekinesis literally gives you all of these. Telekinesis wouldn't give you telepathy though, but I don't know. Christoph says, oh look, I've been impaled. And Wolfie says, or teleport yourself into another person that just so happens to be standing there in the moment. Yeah, actually. You couldn't go to a sidewalk safely unless you shunt something out of your space D&D style, but then you take damage, D&D style. Either way, Eddie, hey, welcome in. Here's to you. But yeah, teleportation won with fucking 62% of the votes, 18 votes. Good God. Also, Strange Miniature says invulnerability is always appealing. I feel like the government would peel my skin off and use it for armor if they did, if invulnerability was an option. I don't know, none of these are subtle. But either way. Christoph said a person explodes upon teleport. Oh God, yeah, if you teleport inside, would you like fuse with them? Oh, that'd be the worst way to get a transplant. Vinny said, did everyone ever watch Push with Chris Evans? It showcased telepathy and telekinesis in the best way possible. No, I've never even heard of that. Hold on. Push. Movie. I'm assuming it's a movie and not a TV show? God, if you guys want to talk really good, like, superpower movies, fucking, oh my God, yeah. 2009. How have I not heard about this? An American superhero thriller film. It's about people with superhuman abilities who band together to take down a government agency using a dangerous drug to enhance their powers in the hope of creating an army of super soldiers. That's a pretty standard plot, I will say. But Dakota Fanning was in it. Wild. That must have been before her, like, explosion. It was number 6 worldwide when it came out. Ah! And there was a comic book miniseries that was a prequel to the film. It looks like people were, yeah, they liked how it looked, but they didn't really like it overall, I suppose. So there's different types of super people. There's shifters, shadows, watchers. This is kind of cool. I might watch this. But you know what? One thing I do think about quite often when it comes to like these superhero films, especially when it comes to telekinesis, is, oh fuck, it's not Cloverfield, but it's also found footage. I'm Chronicle. If you guys haven't seen Chronicle, you 100% should. Also, Daydreamer, there's that highlight for you. But Nimbus Comics says, hey, late response because Twitch was giving me a verification runaround. But yeah, this is my first subscription. Actually, my first Twitch ever. Oh my God, hi. Welcome in, and thank you so much for joining Twitch. And come in here. People are saying Chronicle is amazing. Chronicle is awesome. Has anyone not seen Chronicle? Show of hands. Potentially. Also, IDC says, hello, you're my favorite streamer in Oregon. Thank you so much, IDC. We also have Atomic Gnome Games, who is here for the first time, same with the Polish Hammer Strikes. Good to see you. And Vanilla Gorilla. Hi. You guys haven't seen it? Also, Atomic says, I haven't seen Chronicle, but Push is highly underrated. Really? I mean, to be fair, 2009, I remember that being the era where I like gained consciousness and started watching movies and actually remembering what they were about. I mean, if it's on Netflix, I might just have that as like a little weekend. Like, it seems like a daytime movie, something you'd watch in the middle of the day. Rolly says the Chronicle cast is beautiful. Yeah, so Chronicle had, God, fucking Michael B. Jordan, before Michael B. Jordan was really a thing. And the premise is there's a bunch of kids who essentially go up to kind of like something where a UFO or a crystalline object where they found a hole in the woods. There's a glowing crystal thing inside, and then a bunch of kids went up to it and poked it. And then they all gained telekinesis, but they had to like kind of work it like a muscle. So they practiced, you know, building Legos in the air, and, you know, they bought some cameras. So it's all found footage, and they would start controlling the cameras using their mind to like film the chronicle of them developing their superpowers. After a while though, one of them gets really fucking good at it really fast and is a little bit unhinged, so they all have to kind of like turn on each other and convince each other to stand the fuck down. Meanwhile, the government's getting involved and they're like, who the fuck is this guy? And so it's like, it's a very good story of what real people would do with superpowers, especially when they come from really tough positions. Like one of the main characters' mom is dying of cancer, and so he like uses his telekinesis to rob a store as like one of his first actions. So, but yeah. Christoph said I vaguely remember seeing something like that as a kid, or trailers, I don't even know. The ending is really good. I love it. Duke says found footage is not a style I enjoy. I get that. Found footage is it's a little shaky, and also it does, no matter what, it turns into some subgenre of horror to some degree, and I don't like that. Like, it's really good for portraying certain emotions, but when that emotion is the entirety of the fucking movie, it can get a little bit boring. So I feel like found footage movies are at kind of a disadvantage when it comes to normal movies, just as a whole. But maybe I'm just waiting on someone to come out with a better found footage formula. I don't know. I'll leave it to someone who's in film. I just film myself sometimes. Duke says, and the sound design is usually heavy breathing. That's true. I have a bias against found footage films that don't do any sort of sound design. Like, come on, you can just say that someone decided to, some fucking intern out there who came across the footage decided to throw fucking music over it for the sake of, you know, their high school project or whatever. HC says you can't top Blair Witch 1. That's because Blair Witch 1 cannot be recreated ethically anymore. That's the fucking Stanford prison experiment of movies. But DBC also said, on the topic of superhero movies, has anyone seen Mystery Men? The movie featured in the music video for All Star by Smash Mouth? What a pull. Hi, Frecky. Guys, I want to say hi to Frecky. We're talking about, we went from talking about insane butterfly effects to superheroes and superpowers and what you would have. But yeah. Atomic says Mystery Men is a trip. Also, here's the hydrate monster. It's amazing and I will have nothing against it, says Rodane. Wait, what is Mystery Men? What on earth? Wait, it's a 1999 American, that's when I was born, American superhero comedy film written by someone named Kinka Usher. Different from Usher, the Usher guy. Let's see, it revolves around a team of lesser superheroes with unimpressive powers who are required to save the day from a criminal genius when the Champion City's resident superhero gets captured. Oh, it's giving like Megamind. What are their powers, does it say? Okay, someone gets enhanced strength and agility. Someone has superhuman vision and accuracy, so usually throws cutlery. Superhuman agility and cunning. None of these sound like lesser powers. When you said lesser powers, I assumed it meant that they could like control a very specific species of beetle or something. But Duke says, when it comes to found footage, it can be something that isn't gasping for air and screams. I think found footage could work for me, but I haven't seen it play out that way. It's very hard to pull off, and I feel like too many people try without really knowing what they're doing. They lean too much on the fact that it's found footage to handwave a lot of normal movie conventions. Draco says, wasn't Chronicle also a witchy movie? The Sons of Ipswich. I don't think I know that. The answer to that one. But Atomic Gnome Game says, Joffrey Rush plays a villain named Frankenstein Casanova in Mystery Men. Wait, Frankenstein Casanova. What a fucking name. There's also someone named Spleen. An amateur superhero whose flatulence makes others faint. Oh, goodness. Also, there's someone named Bowler, an amateur superhero with psychic powers, and whose crystal bowling ball contains the skull of her dead father, Carmine the Bowler, who died fighting the Disco Boys. That sentence would kill a 16th century child, by the way. But is your only power having a crystal bowling ball? Also, Quality Tunes, hey, welcome in. And Vinny Smile says, isn't Mystery Men the one with Ben Stiller? Does it have Ben Stiller? Holy shit, it does. Oh man, wait, what does he do? Oh, he's the #1 guy. He's the Angie Man. But Strange Miniature says Sky High was based on City of Heroes and I won't hear otherwise. Do you guys remember? Okay, here we go, Zoom. I think it was, yeah, Jesus Christ, a really old Tim Allen movie that, this is a fever dream of a movie, by the way. I don't know if anyone saw this. Yeah, it had everyone. Someone said it had Tim Allen, Courtney Cox, Chevy Chase, Spencer Breslin, I don't know who that is, and someone named Rip Torn. Wait, do I know this guy? He looks super familiar. Maybe he just looks a little too much. Oh. He just looks a lot like a different actor, I think. But this is a movie where fucking Tim Allen plays a dude who used to be really fucking fast, I guess. And then after a while, it was like a thing where he could only, his powers degraded, and so he could only move his pinky. And so he used it to like blend fucking, Yeah, HG said the only thing I remember is he uses his finger as a blender. Exactly, that's exactly what I was about to say. That's the only thing I remember too. Also, Tim Allen is kind of an absolute piece of shit. If you're gonna watch a movie, pirate it, I guess. But Ashley, here's a hydrate for you. Renee says Rip Torn is in Men in Black. That explains it. Okay, yeah, I have seen that guy. But let's see. Nate says, speaking of superpower bowling, does anyone but me remember when there was a Power Rangers episode that literally revolved around bowling? I'm unsurprised, honestly. This is gonna come full circle to when we find out that the, like, the fucking, like, Power Rangers cinematic universe is crossed over with Scooby-Doo, which is somehow crossed over with, the Big Lebowski, or some shit. Strange Miniature says Rip Torn sounds like a porn star name. Not the kind of porn star I would watch. Jesus fuck. Speaking of porn, we should probably get back into date everything. I'm still trying to get through the entire tier list, right? Of people that we, you know, that we want to potentially fuck in date everything. I have it here. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. Here's the tier list. This is where it's at. We added a new category for those who weren't here last time that just says called me good girl for Lucinda Lavish. Tortilla the Hungry. Hey, Serena. Hi. Oh my god, hello. Also, I'm not showing you anything. Whoops. Hi, good to see you guys. Everyone say hi to Serena. An amazing human being and absolutely like the most gorgeous angel human being I've ever laid eyes on. Absolutely give her a follow. Let me see if my shout outs cool down. Serena Spear. There we go. Also, can someone remind me to give Serena VIP later? But everyone say hi. Everyone go check out everything she does ever. And then also, Quincy, hello. Good to see you. Welcome in. We were talking about superpowers. We started by talking about the 9/11 to the fall of Ellen DeGeneres like butterfly effect thing, and then we got into a bunch of butterfly effects, and then we started talking about what superpowers we would want, and then we started talking about like superhero like movies, and like, oh man, hold on, let me pull this up. This is the whole thing. We started talking about fucking Tim Allen for some reason, but also Chronicle. I don't know if you've ever seen Chronicle, or Zoom. Those were, God, fucking forever ago. Jumper, Push. These were top tier. And then we had a tier list for, you know, date everything, as one does. But Serena says, aw shucks, how was stream? It's good so far. It's a Monday, so it's high energy. I feel like when it comes to streams, I lose a lot of steam towards Wednesdays, you know, but I'll figure it out. I'll just down some caffeine before I stream on Wednesday. What is happening? Do you guys hear that? Hold on, let me turn off the chill step. Okay, it's fading now. That was the loudest fucking car I've ever heard in my life. Rolly says Tim Allen is a grumpy old man. Tim Allen is a horrible human being. At least from what I remember. Let's see. Also, Kamikaze Laws says it's a wild day to the rose. Hi, Captain. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. But anyway, we were gonna hop into it. Thank you so much to Tiny Rose 13, Tortilla the Hungry, and Mr. Moose 47 for being here and hopping over from Serena's stream. If any of you guys have to chill, feel free to lurk or skedaddle or go see another one of your favorite streamers. I don't mind. I'm not super sensitive, so feel free to ditch immediately. But I appreciate you all saying hi. Draco says, "Can you guys hear that?" I swear it sounded like rolling thunder. It was not good. I think we're set. I am gonna edit the stream info real fast to show that we're playing Date Everything again, so we can attract all those lovely furniture buggers out there. People like us, that is. And is it showing up? There we go. Perfect. Also, Myodra says, ooh, hi Raiders. Hi Myodra. And Frecky says, I'm gonna play this Date Everything and see how many voices and ooh voices I can do on it. Oh, you should. You should 100% try and imitate every character you come across. Mostly because I want to see. Oh God, Cole's here. Oh no. Cole says you put Titus in yard sale. Here's the thing. Hold on. Let me look at this again. Which one is Titus? I'm sure I have a defense for it. Is Titus the dude? Is he's the cabinet? Is he the cabinet? Who is Titus? You can tell by the fact that I don't remember that I think very little of this man. Date Everything. Oh, Titus is the soap lady. Yeah, she scared me. I didn't like it. That's not my vibe. The laundry detergent. Yeah, I didn't, I don't know. I don't remember the exact problem. I think she was just a little too she seemed better than me, and I was threatened by that. So, but we put a lot of people in yard sale now that I'm looking at it. I also put the safe in yard sale. So very sorry about that. Let's see. Rolly says, I've been in safer work masking mode for weeks. So I don't offend any of my coworkers for being trans and gay. That is their problem, not yours. Oh man, what a world we live in where you have to mask to, like, not offend. Ugh. Ah. Also, DBC said Diana doesn't like women with swords, apparently. That's not true. I love women with... I am a woman with a sword. I own a sword. I have a sword. I have several swords. The amount of swords in my apartment has grown exponentially in the last couple months, by the way. And Zanny says, dust bunny time. I know, I also remember that I promised you guys I would go back and talk to the safe lady last time, and I never did. I'm so sorry about that. Bootstrap says, then show the swords. They're in several other rooms, and also hung up on walls to the point that I can't actually get them down without being away from stream for entirely too long. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry about the mouse movement being weird, by the way. I've explained it a couple times, it's just, I don't know, the game. Oh, my attic. Yes, there she is. Okay, here's what all you horny fucks want. And this is all you get, okay?
You're late, as I assumed you would be.
Can't believe you guys are gonna make me go through this. DBC said the world could use more women with swords. Yeah, exactly. Arm us. Nothing could go wrong. Sorry, traffic was nuts and then I blew a tire. Oh shoot, my clock must have been set to GMT again. I kind of want to say the GMT one. Mostly because I know that's actually something that I would do. Cashel said, Mommy? Sorry, Mommy? Sorry.
I hope you're aware, if you'd already filled out all the necessary paperwork, I'd punish you for that transgression. I'd punish you severely.
Oh, let's get that paperwork. There's nothing I love more than filling out paperwork. Unironically, I do like filling out paperwork. Cole says, Sophia, my wife. Sorry, my ADHD gives me chronic time blindness. That's not true. My college botany professor used to say the same thing. I love a good bit.
Prattle on so incessantly. Listening to your pitiful yammering is like nails on a chalkboard.
Also, DBC said necessary paperwork, so that second bank account. Wait, yeah, what if she's just trying to steal my assets?
Do
and
us
my ass.
both a favor and keep your grating,
But most of the assets.
unintelligible blatherings to the barest of minimums. My delicate ears deserve only the best. Don't you agree?
Right. I can recommend some great earplugs. I can! Oh, my college botany professor used to say that too. I had to keep rolling with the bit.
Are you trying to shoehorn your teacher into this role play?
What if they were really hot? Nimbus says she seems to have plenty of her own.
Because
True.
that's really not my kink.
I love how she snapped out of character
And
so
you're here
fast.
to please me, remember? To fulfill my desires. Your
Quincy
pathetic
EXE,
needs
welcome
are
in.
irrelevant drivel. Understand?
Okay, geez.
Not to interrupt, but quick check-in. That wasn't too harsh, was it? The whole unintelligible blatherings angle?
Aw, she's safe.
Definitely let me know if I'm being too harsh.
Aw, wait, why can't I have more of that? Also, Quincy EXE says I didn't know you stream too. I do. Hello. Vinny says, is that Bayonetta? I've never seen Bayonetta.
Like, I absolutely want to treat you like you're worthless garbage that completely repulses me. That's basically how I feel anyways.
Bitch.
But I want it to be hot, not sad, you know?
What if I have fragile self-esteem? You're doing great, Slugger. I feel both hot and sad. It's confusing and absolutely mistress. I'm gonna say you're doing great, Slugger. Keep it up, champ.
Enough flirting. We have business to attend to.
Chad is insisting that I move her up a space in the tier list for that. Oh no. I don't know. I still wouldn't, like, this isn't my thing.
First, I will need you to consent to my complete and total authority. You will surrender yourself to me, making you compliant, dependent, and subjugated to my will and my will alone.
She's gonna make me a dependent? Do I get health insurance if I do that? She is made of paperwork.
Do you consent, wretch?
Sure. I'm already classified as a dependent on my taxes, so this isn't new. I assume she knows that. CV Nuttree, welcome in. I'm doing this for you, chat.
Very good, my little wretch.
Someone says do it for the tax breaks.
It appears that you can follow orders well, at least when you put your mind to it. That will suit you very well in your new position.
I was born to be subordinate,
And
I
if you
guess.
keep doing as I say, perhaps there are some other new positions we can try with you. But first, your mistress has another demand.
Christ. Hit me. Well, I don't know if I want to demand that quite yet. Cole says, is the tier list an objective list or personal? It is fully personal. None of you, it's not a fucking democracy up here, okay? However, I will say I have objectively correct opinions, so, yeah, I mean, look at it, so, hold on. Let's do that. So that way you guys can see the faces a little bit better. I think I have good taste, thank you. Hit me.
As you now have responsibilities to me, I too have responsibilities to you. And above all else, it is my responsibility.
I love her
to
eyeshadow so
ensure
much.
Your emotional and physical safety.
It's also really hard to pull off like an all-black outfit and have black lipstick
In
and
order
not
to
have
be
it look
fully
cheesy.
Subservient to my needs, you must feel fully secure. That said, in order to ensure the safety of my compliant little wretch, it's necessary for you and I to have a safe word.
Tim Allen.
This is of utmost importance, especially since I am, after all, a safe.
I feel like this wouldn't work given the fact that she does have all of my physical assets, so she, like, by definition, has power over me in a way that is very real. I don't know. Trodan says I was gonna say as opposed to the people who think they have bad taste, but I have bad taste. Kashka said it should be banana hammock. And Zany says move her back down for that one. Christ. Cole says that is objectively, pun intended, correct. Thank you. Oh, safe word. I get it, because you're safe. Oh, man. I'm gonna say I do agree on that front. That makes sense.
I would choose our safe word. But since you've
that
been
protocol?
doing such a good job today,
You hated
and
me.
because I'm feeling particularly generous, perhaps I'll let you pick. Do you have one in mind?
Yeah, it's my ex's name. Crazy enough. Linguini. Gesundheit, safe, or stop. I mean, I feel like of all of these, Linguini is objectively a good safe word. And I would always say bless you as opposed to Gesundheit. So that was kind of a safe one as well. Linguini.
Linguini.
Yeah, fuck, now I'm hungry.
Oh, I love that. That's such a sensual safe word.
Yeah, I too love long, floppy things. I guess. Lucas says just use spells with no verbal component. It's a loophole.
Did my little wretch come up with that all by themselves?
Chat, don't fucking tattle on me. You inspired me, mistress. I've got a lot of practice with safe words. It was my grandma's name. I miss her. I'm gonna say I know a lot of words.
Interesting. I see.
She looks so sad by that. Myotra says pasta carbonara. Also, Strange Miniature says pasta and linguine is hard till you get it wet. Wait, exactly. And HG says fettuccine would mean slow down. What is tortellini then? Is that like kick it up 3 notches? Just to end my existence. Just suffocate me, actually. But Deethan, welcome in. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. It's great to see you again. Let's see, Deethan TW. Good to see you, and welcome back for your 1-year anniversary as a sub. Also, Andre, fantastic timing. Good to see you guys. Everyone say hi to Andre, a lovely human being, a friend. And then also Odysseus is here. Hello, hello. Luke says tortellini is the shrimp posture of pasta.
Maybe there's
True.
more to this pathetic little wretch.
We did a pasta tier list at some point on this
Of
stream,
course,
right?
we'll have to put you through the paces to discover how depraved you really are.
A checklist? The rice purity test.
Would my little wretch like that?
Yes, mother? That'd make me happier than a clam at high water. Okay, but honestly, I'm not super depraved. Clams.
Oh, come now. I know my little wretch can be more flirtatious than
You
that.
don't know me. I want to clarify, chat. I walked into this attic like yesterday, 2 days ago, and then she immediately started doing this. No questions asked. Drodane, thank you for gifting a sub as well. And Andrea says, hey Diana, hope you're having a great time with Date Everything. I am! It's been super fun. It's been really good for content. But HG says, I believe you said you hate angel hair. Yeah, I don't like angel hair, but I love normal spaghetti. And then lasagna's good, and then the tube ones are really good when you fill them with ricotta. But Paul the Map Guy says, I have a question about why clam at high water came to mind. You know, once it starts to smell fishy, then that's how you know the character's real happy. Drodane, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Here we are adding it to the board. Is this coming up okay? Here, hold on. Lucas says normal spaghetti is angel hair pasta with more steps. Yeah, it's buff angel hair. But Cash Cow, thanks for gifting us up to Andre as well. Ah, that's wonderful. Because we hate ads around here. Cash Cow, let me... Did you hear that whip? Fucking brutal. Thank you so much. It's Penguins24 is also here. Good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. Andre says, yeah, gifted sub. Yeah! Here we are. You're right, Mistress. Happier than a turkey on President's Day.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know either.
But at least we're making progress. But
I kind of
before
like
we
her when she
truly
breaks character.
begin,
It's pretty funny.
I have one last issue that's
kinda worth
been
it.
bothering me. Between you and me, I've become incredibly bored with most of my other, let's call them relationships. They've become routine and uninspired. They're stale. And this displeases me.
I mean, you have been locked in the literal attic with a plastic plant and the vent. I'm so sorry, Mistress.
It's all right. Lucky for me, you came along at just the right time. It affords us an opportunity to experiment with something new. I think, perhaps, to ensure you reach your full potential, we shake off the oppressive shackles of our everyday humdrum reality.
I already got fired, so we're halfway there.
Understand?
You want me to quit my job, Mistress? Or like we incorporate VR or something? Or wait, is this a drugs thing? It does sound like a drugs thing. That is an honest question. Let's see. She says, who's her voice actress? She blushes like Diana.
No, it is not a drugs thing.
I'll take it. Because being drug-free is the ultimate high.
Let me
That
try
gives, like, it's the same vibe as nothing fucking tastes better than skinny feels. That's not true at all.
I'm thinking in our relationship.
Not that I do drugs, but I can
we
relate to
allow
people who do.
ourselves
I
the
live in Oregon.
freedom to expand beyond the limited confines of our stale, everyday identities and roles. Do you understand now?
Oh, she wants to play D&D. I could do that. You could have just led with that. Oh, roleplay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Very good, wretch. Yes, the more I think on it, the more I think this is definitely what I've been so desperately craving.
Okay, we'll just get some dice.
And
I know a guy.
Lucky I am to have acquired such a pliable, subservient plaything to help me quench my thirst.
Draco says this sounds like a sacrifice. It does. Also, Dracos, I remember you had some redeems still. Let me know if you want me to use any of those. Just shout it out in chat and like at me or something so I see it. And then Deethan says, are you on a quest to rain on her parade? I'm kind of walking the line a little bit.
All we need now is the appropriate
Because I think it's
canvas
funny.
to paint on the
Instatool
side.
says, wrong dungeon. Yeah.
If you beg for it, I'll let you choose.
The canvas?
Show me, wretch. Show me how well you can beg.
I just can't take this seriously. Please, Mistress, let me prove myself to you. Come on, Mistress, I'm great at choosing things. This is me begging. Not awkward at all. Yeah, I'll just do it.
So utterly pathetic.
Draco says, thanks for remembering. Here's a posture check. Thanks, Dracos. Jordan says, Diana's trying to edge her. Yeah, I'm gonna show her new frustrations that she's never felt before.
I really shouldn't reward you for debasing yourself so pitifully. However, I do so love the sound of begging. And because you did a satisfactory job, I've decided to grant you request.
Well done, chat. We satisfied her.
So,
sort of.
wretch, out of these 3 tantalizing scenarios, which do you think your mistress would enjoy the most? Chef and prep cook.
Chef and
Santa
prep
and
cook is
elf.
insane.
And finally, IRS auditor and small business owner.
Wait. Chat, which one do I do? TV Susan, Santa, and Elf, where's HR? People are saying audit. We have 2 votes for audit so far. Also, Nimbus wants me to hydrate. I could do that. She sounded way too excited about the IR auditor and small business owner thing. That one seems the most realistic. I feel like if it was between Santa and Elf, I'd be a little fucked. Chef and prep cook is just unrealistic. It would be line cook and hostess at a restaurant, obviously. Cole says they're all good. Trust. Cole, did you just watch like YouTube videos of all 3 of these for funsies in your spare time, buddy? We'll do auditor.
I should have expected that. A rather pedestrian choice.
No, it's...
But perhaps we may find something therein that I still find amusing.
Quincy says, IRS auditor and small business owner gets me every time.
Now, I've seen more than enough of your pathetic visage for today.
Okay.
Be
I thought we were gonna...
here same time tomorrow and be ready to serve my every need.
Should I bring my social security number? I think it's on your tits right now, but I'll try.
Understand.
Okie dokie artichoke.
Look, just a heads up. Artichoke, real mood killer.
I love it when she breaks. It's my favorite thing. Avantidium. Hi, hello.
Like, no one's getting aroused being called artichoke.
Okay, well, you don't know that. Don't kink shame. You know? Shame? Shame. What if I really like artichokes? What if I watched a lot of VeggieTales as a kid?
Well, maybe this one guy, but not me. Let's just try a little harder next time, okay?
Paul the Map Guy says artichoke is a mood killer, but the IRS isn't. I would just get so stressed about my actual IRL taxes, and like I feel like I would forget whether or not I had filed, and then start stressing about where my birth certificate is and random adult shit like that. Cole says kink shaming is my kink. Got it.
I look forward to experiencing your vain attempts to please me.
So does chat, so you won't be alone there. All right. I feel dirty. Let's, God, we need to talk to some new people. We still haven't quite met everyone yet. Actually, you know what? Fuck you guys. Hold on. You made me do that, sort of, a little bit. For the bit. I mostly did it myself, which means I deserve a treat, which means... Where is he? Where the fuck is he? Aha. Which means I get to see my husband. Actually, no, we haven't done anything with, like, the computer yet, have we? Oh, where are all these papers? The computer says my address? Yeah, we should do that. Is there a tower anywhere here, or is it just a monitor without any actual real... Ah, yeah, here we go. Give me all your RAM.
A respectable nerd regards you with a friendly smile. Their kind face is illuminated by the soft glow of multiple screens and the RGB lights in their clothes and wheelchair.
Damn, this actually looks like my computer setup. I have the RGB. Oh, it's just off camera. You guys won't be able to see. Fuck. My address is Mac.
Oh,
I love
hey
them.
there! It's you!
Hi. The mouse! No, you guys, the mouse. The fact that all these little guys have pets is killing me.
Of course it's you. Who else would it be, right?
David Most. Alberto, a marmoset possessing the power of human speech. Ooh, David Most.
Very humorous. But I know you're joking, as no one else has my password.
Oh,
so
true.
If it was anyone else besides you, I'd be pretty concerned.
I'm honestly kind of surprised. I love the little binary on their left arm and then like the computer chips on their right. I'm surprised I'm not seeing a reference to like the old school Windows, 98 or whatever the fuck, those green hills. I thought that would be on there somewhere.
Actually, just to be 100% sure, what is my password anyway?
Linguini. Password Alberto. Alberto.
Honestly, that's an objectively terrible password.
Okay, you didn't see the other options.
Possibly the worst password chosen by anyone ever.
I hate them. I take
Whatever
it all back.
possessed you to
Lucas
choose
says
something so
XP,
inane?
Windows 98 didn't have that memorable wallpaper. Yeah, XP. It came to me in a dream. I live life on the edge. I don't put a lot of thought into these. I don't put a lot of thought into anything ever. You have my
Yes,
browsing
that is
history. You should know
extremely
this. I regularly Google very, very routine math problems.
Regardless, we really ought to discuss coming up with something a lot more secure. It's a
I've never been
dangerous
secure in my
world out
life.
there. phishing attacks, malware infections, MITM attacks.
Yes, the mothership in the Minnesota attacks. Guys, I'm not good at improv.
Hackers are
Jordan
more
says, how routine are the
sophisticated
math
than ever
problems?
before.
I do them a lot for D&D because I'm too lazy to pull out my phone and do the calculations that way. So let's call it at that. Clever Chaos says the back of the wheelchair is green and blue, so it could be a reference. That's true. Actually, it does kind of look like icons a little bit. More sophisticated than 1995 cinematic masterpiece Hackerman's. I feel like they would enjoy whatever that is a reference to.
Exponentially more sophisticated.
Never mind, I'm pissing them off.
And
Whoops.
I've got a lot of highly sensitive information inside me, you know. Your highly sensitive information.
Oh, like what?
All your financial accounts, your saved games,
No! No, my Skyrim mods folder.
questionable websites you visited and forgot to clear your cache afterwards.
No, not my Skyrim mod searches. Here, hold on. Let me get TikTok back up and running. There we go. It thought I was
and
inactive.
100 terabytes of extremely embarrassing self-insert fanfic.
Okay, that was an exercise my therapist told me to do, so keep your fucking opinions to yourself.
We really need to ensure all that data is properly protected against
I love the little
cyber
hearts.
criminals probing my system for weaknesses.
I feel like I'm being lectured. I just came to like, Quincy says kissing them. I know, I came for kisses, and instead of getting fucking told that my password sucks. Haha, probing. How'd you get my fanfic? I don't need to ask that, that's a dumb question. I'll just say I agree and move on with
I
it.
knew you were as intelligent as you are attractive.
Oh. Hello?
I haven't even had the opportunity to properly introduce myself. I'm Mac, your desktop computer.
Introduce the mouse, though. I
I've
want to
booted up before, but never like this.
I want to know who the mouse is, though.
I mean, we've obviously met before. More than met. You interface with me on average for 11.4 hours every day, after all.
11.4 hours? I don't use fucking anything that much. Holy shit, do I have a life? Jesus, that much?
Yeah, and in all honesty, it's amazing.
It's just like that one gif of Gandalf like nodding his head to saxophone music over and over again on loop. So, you know, it's AFK time is what it is.
There's no one I'd rather have interfacing with my operating system for 11.4 hours daily. 14.6 hours on the weekends.
Okay.
The way
Keep
you
your voice down.
organize your folder structure follows such a logical hierarchy.
That is true. I do that. Thanks, Mac.
Of course, I get chills just thinking about it. But can I be honest about something?
I probably can't stop you. Nimbus says she just accurately referenced Lord of the Rings. I referenced a GIF I saw one time. So that's as close as we get. Dracos wants me to hydrate as well. Here's to you, Dracos. I don't know if you saw, we're doing mango sparkly water today. So that's the hydration of the day. Also, Odysseus says, wait, Diana, did you voice this character? Nah. I feel like I'd be a bit more enthusiastic about all the porn. I mean, self-insert fanfic, if it was me. Draco says you can stroke their keys like nothing else.
Me to make just
Yeah, I
one
can
point
stick my
first,
finger right in that fan.
I just want to express how enthusiastic I am that we're interfacing like this now.
Please stop saying interfacing. It sounds so like...
Accessing each other's software in this new symmetrical way.
All right, that one was kind of hot. Also, Mord says PAX Australia announced you today. No, wait, what? Did they? Hold on, where? On Instagram? I didn't notice. Oh shit, yeah. Oh my god, wait, hold on. They announced me, Mike Mason, John Robertson, Iffy, who said he was gonna be there, Luke Dale, Amelia Tyler. That's so cool, they called me a special guest. Acclaimed voice actors, celebrated game designers, comedians, and leading content creators. Special guest lineup features some of the brightest creative forces from the international gaming scene. Oh man. Amelia Tyler's from Baldur's Gate 3, Luke Dale is from Kingdom Come Deliverance, Iffy is from Actually in Dimension 20, of course. John Robertson is from The Dark Room. Mike Mason is from Call of Cthulhu, and it says Diana Faye, TTRPG content creator and advocate. That's so cool. They did tell me they were gonna do that a little while ago. They sent me an email. I just couldn't talk about it, but I appreciate the news. Mord Bragon, hi. Thank you so much for letting me know. Saying, well, I guess I'm gonna say hi then. Are you down in Australia? Yeah, absolutely. I'm so down. I'm bringing pins and things like that, so I'll be able to. It's like it's a one in a lifetime opportunity to actually get one of those little meet and greet pins that I give out whenever someone finds me as a random encounter in the wild at cons and things like that in Australia. So that'll be fun. HG says advocating terrible horticulture. How dare you? Okay, it's terrible interior decor. If I was good at it, it'd be horticulture. What was wrong with the old way?
Oh, nothing. Don't get me wrong. I love how you usually manipulate my operating system. All that
I have 17 things running at once, I guarantee it.
Clicking and scrolling makes my CPU so very hot.
This is just a throwback to when I was playing Baldur's Gate 3 and it set my computer on fire.
Mostly because
it's giving
my
me
internal
flashbacks.
components are inadequately ventilated.
Damn
But
it.
despite all the quality time we spend together, I never get to converse about me, you know? I never get to share my needs.
What about the mouse's needs? We still haven't addressed him.
But I'd love to finally share them now, if you're interested.
Ooh, okay, sure. I have time. Also, Dark Sniper says, sorry, Mac, you're not my type. I'm more of a PC girly usually, but I'll take it. Mort says, I guess I'm going to say hi then. That's me in Australia. Hell yeah. And Myodra says, see you there. Yay. Hell yeah. Absolutely. I'm going to be nice.
Amazing! Oh, where even to begin? Honestly, there's so many pressing issues that take
just
up
wanna know
an
more other
inordinate
tattoos.
amount of my RAM. But there is one issue that's been grinding on my CPU
Wait.
above all else.
Am I being turned into a therapist again? God damn it. I keep getting into these fucking situations where they start trauma dumping on me. The planned obsolescence? Oh shit. Oh god. Oh, I'm not gonna fucking talk about their mortality. All the self-insert fanfic inside you.
No, I am quite capable of parsing through that.
Let's see. Husky said I love the PCB tattoo. What is a PCB? Is it this one?
But for me, the most pressing issue is, and I want to put this as delicately as possible,
Oh god, is it that I re-downloaded Wizards 101 and then it gave you a virus?
I haven't updated my operating system in over a decade.
Oh, but isn't that like a like a fucking brain transplant for them? I feel like that'd be tough, right? Husky said it's the circuit board, the green things. Oh. I haven't. I'm so incredibly sorry. Yeah.
It's all right. I know this oversight wasn't intentional or malicious. It's just that the outdated software has made it difficult to be my best self for you. Honestly, it's a miracle that my applications are still running at all. My recycle
Oops.
bin is called Pile of Ash. My Bluetooth is something called Beige Tooth.
Goodness.
It doesn't even connect
Does anyone
to
else
me.
remember when they used to call it the trash and then they changed it to recycle bin? I don't remember when that change happened, but I just realized it the other day. That it used to be called something else. Unless I'm Mandela affecting myself.
And definitely nothing beige. Doesn't that bother you?
No, the internet was a mistake. Yeah, that would bother me IRL.
That is
I
great
hate
to
having
hear.
unupdated shit, honestly.
And did you know that there's been a dozen operating system iterations since you last updated?
Whoops. How was I supposed to know that? Yeah, actually.
Well, I kept sending you update notifications. Didn't you see them?
Also, Dark Sniper said that DLC character that somehow shares a VA with Ash Ketchum is way too hot. Oh, is that, Lucinda? I had to pretend to think about her name. I know her name off the top of my head. I've been thinking about her nonstop. I just ignore this. I do honestly
I'd
ignore
suggest
this.
perhaps taking a different approach in the future, considering those notifications are vitally important to my long-term mental acuity.
Oh my god, their boots are USB sticks! Okay, talking about long-term fucking acuity and obsolescence, having a USB stick as opposed to micro USB, outdated style. I will.
Look, I'm sorry. I really don't mean to blame you for my troubles. We have such an amazing time interfacing together, and the last thing I want to do is rock the boat.
No,
It's just
honestly,
that
it's a
before
very reasonable
today, I had all
request.
these
I seem to
needs,
hold your life in
but
the
I
palm of my
couldn't
hand.
articulate them to anyone.
So, HG says, why are they wearing glasses they don't need? They kind of look like those, have you guys seen those like big circular, like plasticky glasses that have liquid inside? And it's supposed to help with like motion sickness when you're in a car because it's like a level, essentially. Hey, Itachi. And Husky's Red says, I'm an electrical engineer, so I make them for work. I want to get some kind of PCB tattoo eventually. I do have the electrical symbol for ground tattooed on my ankle. That's cool. Oh, I love it when people get like obscure like symbols that are relevant only to their line of work on them. Like chefs have really classic chef tattoos where it's almost always a knife or a like outline of where you can get different cuts of meat off of an animal, usually a pig or a cow, depending on what they like to make. I think the culture behind that sort of stuff is so cool.
But things are different now, aren't they?
I'm never coming back here. They are?
Don't you see? We're actually exchanging information symmetrically now. Instead of you just pressing my keys to write your adult-themed self-insert fanfic.
Okay, first of all,
having
that's
a
literature.
Real conversation.
Thank you very much.
And suddenly my needs aren't just pipe dreams locked away in my hard drive. I'm sharing them with you. And by sharing them, it's suddenly possible to finally actualize them. That is, if you're willing to help me, will you?
I don't see why not.
Will you finally upgrade my operating system? Please?
It only takes like 2 seconds to upgrade something like that. So yeah, I don't have a job, so I don't need my computer.
Amazing! Oh, I am so excited. My CPU's practically overclocking with anticipation.
Oh, goodness.
Can you come back tomorrow so we can begin the process?
I live here, so yeah. I'll do my best.
Enjoy the offline world.
Draco says the original recycle bin was on Apple's Lisa in 1982 and was called the wastebasket. Apple then started to call it the trash can and then sued Microsoft in 1994 to protect the copyright on having a trash can folder. They won, so Microsoft has to use the term recycling bin, which became the standard for Windows. I don't have Apple products, so I can't confirm that they still use trash can, but it's essentially an Apple/Microsoft divide. Oh, fascinating. Also, I haven't fucked the couch yet, I just realized. Be More Artistic is here. Hello, hello. And then Dark Sniper said, I'd get the pickup pattern of a microphone. It looks vaguely like a heart, but people who know would know. I love that sort of if you know type tattoos. Itachi, welcome back for your 5th stream in a row, by the way.
Seated in your living room is a being
Hello?
who seems to truly embody the concept of comfort.
Oh,
His
you look...
arms are draped over the back
Is
of
that
the
money?
couch, his head tilted back, and his eyes beginning to flutter shut.
Oh my god, they're like the springs that are on the inside of cushions. Oh, he does look cozy. Also, like, someone who lives in a house like this, I mean, granted, someone my age would not own a house like this, but they definitely wouldn't have furniture that has actual, like, wood fucking carvings.
He looks just as though he's
That's
about to
rich
fall
person
asleep.
stuff.
But when he sees you approaching, he shakes it off, looking up at you with a sweet smile.
Hello.
Hey! Oh, I love a man who loves to nap. I hope I didn't wake... You look so cozy! You look cozy.
Thanks, buddy. So do you in that fantastic red shirt.
Shucks. Dark Sniper says it's literally called a cardioid, at least the mics that are actually good for voice.
He pats the seat next to him.
Come on and take a load off. I'm Koa, by the way.
Hi! Oh, I like
Yeah,
him.
boy.
Also, someone said that they want to grab the money out of his waist. His belt area. Waistband, that's the word I'm looking for. A pleasure. Hi.
Hey, thanks.
Most everyone would continue the conversation from here, but
Oh.
Koa only closes his eyes, sighing pleasantly.
Oh no, is he gonna be one of those guys that just like goes on a date but never asks the girl any questions about themselves? Because I've heard a lot of horror stories about I've not heard horror stories. I've been a part of horror stories like that. Oh, I hope this man can hold a
You wait for him
conversation.
to say something, but all you can hear is his quiet breathing.
DBC said it's the money that falls in between the cushions. You can tell it's old because who the fuck uses cash in the year of our Lord 2025? Also, HG says owning a house. What's that? So how about the intercourse sports team? Do you want to be alone?
No, that's okay.
Koa opens one eye, but he doesn't move.
I just thought you might like to share in all this comfort, you know? Couch culture is really all about taking it easy together.
Couch
You know, like,
culture.
You ever heard people talk
Like
about
couch co-op and
alone
stuff.
Together?
I can couch co-op with you anytime. It's like loving someone, leaving them alone, kind of sus. No. I love that. Yeah, like body doubling and things like that is a really big thing nowadays.
Get it,
We even have a body doubling channel in the Discord.
I wish more people understood the beauty of alone together. It means you can be at peace with another being without even saying a word. It means not forcing a conversation or an activity between the two of you.
Is that a piece of candy that's stuck to his... Oh my god, my keys.
It means just
Can't tell what these
enjoying
other
the
things are,
moment
though.
without
It's like
any
M&Ms.
expectations.
He sighs pleasantly, closing his eyes.
I'll give it a shot.
Beautiful. You'll see.
Koa breathes in deep, sighing pleasantly. When he relaxes, the entire
Oh my god, this
room
man is a
seems to
walking
relax
sedative.
with him.
Also,
You find
DBC said
yourself
Koa is a
growing
type of
sleepier
Hawaiian tree.
alongside
I was wondering where that was from.
You're not sure how much time passes as the two of you sit side by side in companionable silence, but it's certainly a good while.
Thanks for keeping it chill, buddy. This was real nice.
Buddy? I've been buddy zoned already? Oh. Raven says, how I wish some of the people I dated before understood the concept of alone but together like that. Yeah, when someone is like with you and they just like take your attention from anything you're doing and they constantly fill silences, I get that it comes from some sort of like thing that should probably work out in therapy, but it does piss me off a little bit.
That's something I want to give you.
Oh shit, you're giving me my money back. Is this my pocket change?
You know it.
Thank
You
you.
know, in couch culture, we're not big on expressing ourselves verbally.
I mean, we can express ourselves without saying much if you want to.
We prefer to let our actions
Oh.
speak for us. And a gift
I
like
feel like
this,
I'm corrupting this man.
it's just a way of honoring our friendship.
Paul says, real life isn't a podcast. It's okay if there's some dead air. Yeah. Unless I'm like drinking or out and being the entertainment where I'm like hosting a party and then going around asking people questions, like it's very okay to just chill. Let's see. In human culture, giving someone stuff you found is deeply rude. That's not. I'm touchy. Share your culture with me. Yeah.
I'm just glad you appreciate it.
Koa yawns.
I'm gonna take a nap.
This
Feel
is
free
the
to stick
complete
around
opposite of my
as long
personality,
as
by the
you
way.
want.
I always have to be productive. I don't think I remember
I'm
taking a nap ever.
so
Because I've always, it's part of the OCPD, right? It's like I could be doing something, therefore I should be working right now if I have the time. Oh god, did that bypass the whole day? Oh no, it didn't. I like him though. Is the chair different? Because we're still trying to find everyone.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, hi. Wow, I love your outfit, but I can't figure out what the fuck it is. Oh, they're actual chairs. And then like a little, oh, I love this.
I'll rest right now, so I'm not too tired for the work week.
Oh no. Oh god. Oh god, they're in drama.
Trying my best to rest anyways.
I'll have to catch you next time then.
You're welcome to swing by the show another night if you like.
I kind of love their voice, actually. But what are they called? Dramaturges? Or like, you know, theater kids do scare me, I will say. Johnny Pippa says it's big boy summer. Indeed.
David is obviously becoming desperate, and he doesn't do well under pressure. I'm worried his behavior will gradually become increasingly erratic until he crosses a line he can't come back from. You have no idea.
That sounds bad.
I should never have put you in this situation.
I mean, as far as I'm
Naively, I
concerned,
believed as
without
Maldivian's lowest
meeting you
paid
on Discord,
employee, you would
that
be
whole
safe.
situation isn't
But
happening.
it's become clear that as long as you possess the Dateviators, you'll be the target of David's wrath.
I mean, I'm
Anyway,
not
I have a
really-
solution.
Too scared of David, of all people. Mirax says, have you met the cardboard box yet? No, let's do that first thing in the morning. Also, Jedi Con Queso, welcome in. And then Quincy says, is that a musical chair reference? Genius! Oh, you're smart as fuck if that's the case. Well done figuring that out.
Use the realization recipes to bring Skylar to life. If Skylar becomes human, the Dateviators will instantly cease to operate. And if the Dateviators cease to operate, there will be absolutely no evidence implicating you in their theft. Realize Skylar and destroy the Dateviators before David unleashes his full fury upon you. He has access to resources you'd never believe.
What kind of
I'm afraid
resources?
there's just no time to explain.
Oh my god,
You
what
see, I
now?
forgot to charge my phone's battery last night, and now I'm at 2%.
He sounds like
I can't
Hiccup.
charge it because I also forgot my charging cable. Can you believe that? Ugh. But remember, realize Skylar ASAP.
But I don't want to, because I want to continue fucking the furniture. Oh, I thought I had a thing here. I read the rule. Oh.
Maybe I haven't made myself crystal clear. Nothing else matters.
I think it was a
You
little
get
broken.
me?
Jen Lost says,
Your
I had to leave for a
trip
second. Have
reports,
we completed
corporate
Hector's
retreats,
route yet? I've been watching so many playthroughs, I
presentations,
can't keep him
I
straight
don't
anymore.
care about any
No,
of
I
it.
haven't yet.
This is your one and only priority.
Still!
Find me those
Saying
glasses
get that
if you
furniture.
gotta burn this whole worthless
Doing
rat
my
trap
best.
down to the foundation, and do it now! Secretary Dawson at the Pentagon is breathing down my neck, and his breath stinks like flaming garbage. You think shareholders are bad to piss off? You do not want to screw with the U.S. Department of Overseas Violence, get me? We're all gonna end up
Jesus.
buried alive in some desert somewhere. Find me those glasses now! And who the hell came up with the 15% off transparent items promo? No consumer buys anything based off of how transparent it is. Find me whoever came up with that crap and fire them. David.
Okay. Thanks, boss. Jesus, didn't realize this guy worked for fucking Lockheed Martin on the side. All right, let's go EP times, so that way we can wake up and talk to the cardboard boxes. 'Cause you guys keep talking to me about it. Still says I'm gonna run a session of Triangle Agency, and players have no idea how ethically twisted it's all about to get. Ooh. Oh, I love ethically or morally fucked up stuff. I haven't fucked around in Triangle Agency yet. I have looked at Liminal Horror, which I know has some like capability to do crossovers. Wait, so when I do the boxes, do they all have to be different boxes? Or are they all the same? Hello.
As you take in the sight of the adventurer
Hello.
standing before you, it's hard not to feel like you've stepped into one of those old
Oh
adventure
my
serials
God.
from decades gone by.
Is that a pizza box?
Even though she's decked out in cardboard and masking tape, she looks like she's ready for anything. An extension cable whip wound around her arm and a daring grin on her pretty face.
I mean, if it fits, it ships, right?
Oh, for God's sake!
Nonster says, Dinah, what's your favorite cheese? Brie. I refuse to hear anyone shit on Brie or say that, like, something else. What was fucking... I yelled at Cole at one point for this. He said, like, Gouda or some shit. Flipping 80 says they're getting strong subliminal messages to not question or speak to the rogue agent they're supposed to track down, to just shoot her instead. Oh, it's giving, that one Black Mirror episode.
I guess I'll just have to go ahead and do it myself. But that probably wouldn't have been such a bad thing, because let's face it,
Oh, Ashley Johnson.
I'm exemplary. But you're here now, so let's get cracking. I assume you brought your tools and knowledge and probably a snack of some sort?
I don't think I've canonically eaten in, like, a week. Hello, popcorn? I.
Oh, yes! Well said. Excellent point. Introductions, trite as they may be at
Yes.
times, are a great place to start.
Definitely
The
where I was
adventurer
going with
strikes
that.
an impressive pose, positively radiating confidence and daring.
I am Bo. I am the soul, the spirit, the animating animus of boxes and storage containers in this house. This
Yeah.
most special of houses.
So boxes
where it is
and
my
storage
great
containers. Got it.
privilege and my great destiny to reside.
Nonster says blue brie, best brie. I haven't tried it yet. Someone said pepper jack. Also, Johnny says Havarti is a great cheese. I will never discriminate against cheeses unless they're spicy. Like, I'll throw them all on a charcuterie board, but one is objectively the best, you know? You're saying my house is special?
The most special house in the history of houses.
Oh, I bet there's oil underneath.
You
Oh.
might be able to tell from looking at me, but I am an explorer. An adventurer.
Uh-huh.
A rogue.
Oh, wait, hold on. Gotta allow this real fast.
A
E. McKenna
bouncer
says
without
Fiesta
any of
Blend
the
goes with everything.
Really unfortunate moral overtones that those words have accumulated over the years. Think fun-loving without the using others for my own gain part?
Sounds like you're a fantastic box to know. Ooh, careful. Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
That I
Let's not be
am.
careful.
I would ask who you are, but my goodness, there hardly seems to be a point. You must be. I mean, you couldn't be any other than, right?
Yeah, you must really think I'm someone important. Wait, yeah, who do you think I am? I want to press this.
I know that you are the. Well,
Bo takes her hat off for a moment, holding it over her heart.
Oh, she has no
She
idea.
bows her head, just a little.
it is my great honor, my passion, my destiny to have the opportunity to follow my path.
We're talking about me, though.
Alongside you, the leading houseologist, to whom I
Oh
owe
no,
such
she expected you to know about
gratitude and
mortgages.
respect.
Shit. Also, Strange Miniature says someone's definitely dead under your house. Leading what?
Houseologist. The leading authority in this, or any province on this house, its history, its mysteries, its great secrets.
Girl, I couldn't even get into my attic without the help of an extremely old man who might be fucking my door. I don't know if I'm the expert you're looking
You
for
are
here.
the resident, after all, aren't you?
Yeah, but I didn't build it.
Are you telling me you're not the leading houseologist?
I mean, don't get me wrong, I fucked around in The Sims quite a bit, but not enough to be an ologist. Flippin' Hades says, anyone here fuck with Cowgirl Creamery? That sounds like a Pornhub category. Also, anyone else here start a secret society in high school called the Surreptitious Turophilic Society? That was just an excuse to eat cheese in vast quantities. No! But that's genius. When I was in college, we actually had I went to Oregon State, right? And anyone who's going to Oregon State, keep an eye out for the McDonald's fan club. It's quite literally people just making a club dedicated to the concept of eating McDonald's on their lunch breaks. They probably go fucking crazy and have whole parties when the McRib comes back every year. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
Bo returns her hat to her head, her reverent expression fading into a rather more sour one.
Damn, it didn't give me an option to impersonate.
I'm starting to feel, well, a bit like I've got some birds in the box.
What? Are you gonna be sick?
It's okay.
You're made of
I'll be
cardboard,
all right.
please don't.
I'm an adventurer. I may quail, but I will always recover.
Still says we had a sacred tome that we passed down from year to year. As far as I know, STS is actually still going strong. There was also an olive-based sex cult at my college, fun fact. You cannot take a left turn like that. What the fuck do you mean an olive-based sex cult? Also, HG said McDonald's finally brought the snack wrap back. I actually don't know what a snack wrap is. I also didn't live near a McDonald's when I was a kid, so all of my McDonald's experience is, what do you mean you'll tell me when I'm older? Oh my god. All of my McDonald's experience happened within the last, like, 2 years, I want to say.
I may have
Sorry to
already said
disappoint.
too much. I'm currently putting on a facade of being hale and hearty, in case you missed it.
Yeah, it really does feel like
All
Hale.
is well. Leave. Go away. Get out of here, you scamp, and maybe come back and we can maybe talk about some stuff, and maybe the quest will make its way in there somehow, but no promises.
You sound so unsure of yourself.
Okay. See ya.
Bye, I think. Cool. I'm really sad that I can't talk to the rug. I feel like that would be a whole, like, trip as far as kinks and shit go. I also think I was supposed to do something like this, right?
Again, not the greats. The greats are calling.
I have to talk to the vent again? Oh no, this was the thing where I had to go to like a specific room, right? And then look at the air coming out of, where is it? One of these little ventilation things. I should also talk to the cat at some point. Where is it? Where is it? Is it this one? No, I don't see anything. It might be up in the bedroom, actually. But one of these you can use to talk to the personification of the actual air itself. Johnny Infamous says the rug enjoys being stepped on. That's what I'm 100% anticipating will happen. Where the fuck? Oh, Jesus. Nope. Does anyone know how I'm supposed to talk to the air? It's not here.
Oh.
No, there's no ventilation here. Calm down. I can talk to the molding? No way.
Be there in a moment.
Whoa, I didn't know this was an
An
option.
utterly charming secretary hurries into view, giving you an apologetic nod.
Hi.
Hello there. What can I do for you?
Oh wow, you do have a secretary voice. Holy shit. Let's see. Flippin' Hades says I wrote an article for my college's satirical newspaper about it and passed it off as fully fictional instead of 45% fictional. The fools.
Her greeting is cut short as she seems to recognize you mid-sentence.
Don't worship me. Oh, you are the rug. Oh shit, yeah, you match. This is the rug.
Oh. Oh my goodness gracious, it's the human.
This is the most, like, Midwest.
Oh.
Oh, Florence, hi. The most, like, oh my gosh, dearie, how are you? Type
Well,
voice ever.
I wasn't expecting you today. Oh, golly, I must look an absolute mess.
Someone did step on you.
You must be here for Mayor Celia.
Oh, the ceiling. I'm guessing.
You don't know. I completely understand. You must be such a busy bee running around and taking care of all
Oh,
of us
she's
here
so
in the house.
nice. Hey, she says ties the room together. Also, it still says I sent it to you on Discord. I gotta bounce for triangular reasons, but have fun, enjoy the game, enjoy the article. Bye. See ya. It was good seeing you. Also, Taya, welcome in. Hello, hello. And Terry says, is she the whole bedroom? I guess. I think it's just all the floors. This looks like the pavement outside.
I would have time to remember every little detail.
Although the fact she has no music is unnerving.
Mayor Celia runs things around here. Keeps an eye on all the citizens. Makes sure the wheels are greased so nothing squeaks.
Blue Madness says, what game is this where you date furniture? It's called Date Everything, because they couldn't think of a better name.
You know, that sort of thing. I help her out when I can. But if we're being honest, she does most of the heavy lifting around here. Keeps a roof over everyone's heads. Literally.
That tracks.
Sees the ceiling.
Strange Miniature says a cardboard box in my room would look like, or in my house would look like Medusa with all the cables in there. I'm kind of surprised Medusa hasn't been thrown in as like a character
I
design
could
concept or
pencil
like
you
that sort of
in
hair
for an
vibe.
appointment, if you'd like.
You sound like a great PA. If it helps you to look good to your boss, I'd be glad to. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not gonna be mean to a customer service worker.
She twirls a strand of dark hair around her finger, blushing sweetly.
would you care for some tea while you wait?
Is it gonna taste like I've licked the floor? Sure.
Perfect timing. Just so happens I've got a kettle all nice and ready. How do you take it?
God, you asked me that question when I'm not playing a sex-based, fuck your furniture game. Milk and sugar with a shot of whiskey. Milk and sugar.
Oh, that's my favorite too. I think I'll pour myself a cup while I'm at it.
She's giving people pleaser. She's giving burned people pleaser?
Florence stumbles, pitching forward onto her hands and knees. The tea spills all over the floor.
That's
though
okay, I know the
thankfully
towel guy.
cup doesn't shatter.
DBCO said you have to set the thermostat to cold without the glasses on first, I believe, and then it's a random spawn out of one of the vents.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Gosh, that just spilled everywhere. And right on the carpet of my good jacket. Oh, that's gonna sting. I'm so sorry, dear. I need to dab this out with a towel right away. Would it be all right if you showed yourself up to the mayor's office? Just this once?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell her how much of a fuck up you are. No, I'll absolutely do it. Sure, don't worry about it.
Thank you so much, dear. Sorry again about the tea. Oh, please don't tell the mayor about this.
I'm not a snitch. I would never.
There she is.
Oh,
the
hi.
mayor herself. She simply radiates
Oh,
poise
shit,
and
hello.
power. She's an
Oh, she's
intimidating
intimidating
sort
as
of beauty,
fuck.
but you find yourself intrigued to learn more about her.
I feel like you and the stairs would get along.
So, in summary,
I just think if I could get a little more foot traffic around my bar, I'd get more business.
Oh, Beverly, I understand your concerns. But what do you expect us to do, dear? We already put up posters and held fundraisers.
You did? No
We
one
can't
consulted
just
me about
move
any
the
of this.
Fridge, stove, toilet, and everyone else out of the way to clear foot traffic every night.
We could try that.
Bev.
I love her voice, by the way. This is how I want to sound as an old lady who knows what she's doing. Holy shit.
Trust me, we're doing everything that we can.
Paul the Map Guy says, oh, what a feeling when you're flirting with the ceiling.
All right. But if nobody's in by next week, I'll be back.
Maybe you just need to run a better business. After a certain point, you have to stop blaming the infrastructure, you know?
I'm sure you will, darling.
Celia presses an intercom button on her desk.
Ah,
Florence, dearest, send the next one in.
Yes, miss.
Hi.
I thought I was next in line. Hi.
Hello, Mateo. What can I do for you today?
Wow, she's like the town mayor. I kind of love her.
That's a great question, actually. Now that I'm here, I can't even remember. Isn't it funny how that always happens? Right when you need to think of something to say, your brain just sort of goes blank?
John the
You know
Mon,
what?
welcome
It's
in.
probably nothing. I don't want to waste your time. I know how busy you are. I'll just see myself out.
Oh, Mateo.
Come. Sit. Tell me what's bothering you.
Oh, and she's nice too. She's not a bitch.
Right. It's just...
Go on.
It's Lux. They're kind of pulling cords around the house, refusing to pick up after themselves, keeping the whole bedroom up late with their streams.
God forbid they be a streamer. Holy shit. My editor says he reminds me of the guy from Bee and Puppy Cat. I don't think I know that. But Dark Sniper said I love the bartender. Yeah, that's Marsha Ray's
It's really
character.
been stressful for the inanimals. And I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but it's just been a lot, and...
All right, Mateo. All right. Lux, you said.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll have someone take care of it.
Oh, I love women in power.
Thank you.
Plague Root, welcome in, saying, I wonder if you can talk to the spilt tea.
Next.
To just start licking it off the ground. Oh, shit, hi. I haven't met you yet. You're a wall? Just a straight up wall.
Hello, Wallace, darling.
He reminds me of, who's the guy? Vin Diesel, a little bit.
Whoa!
Yes, I remember from last week. It's on the docket.
Whoa!
Think nothing of it. Next. Oh, it's you.
Hi.
I don't believe we've formally met. Mayor Celia. I'm also the president of the HOA.
Oh god, she's an
That's
HOA
Home
bitch.
Objects Association.
Also, HG says the Rock's in this? Yeah, especially because, like, his little portrait thing was giving the same vibe as, like, Vin Diesel's cross in
Here's my card.
Fast and Furious.
But really, all you ever need to do
Damn,
if you
this
need
is a
me
gorgeous
is
card.
to simply
I bet
look
this
up.
is embossed.
What can I do for you today?
I'm just going around talking to everyone. Trying to get the lay of the land and I want to meet the mayor.
Well then, hello. Meeting successful. Never a bad idea to make sure everybody knows your face. We're important here. Some sit back and wait for others to plan things. Others simply do them. You and I, we're doers.
Yeah, and we can do each other. I mean, yeah, we do things. Absolutely.
I've seen you zipping back and forth around the house, running here and there. You seem like a reliable sort. I wonder if I might ask you a favor. It's about my assistant, Florence.
Oh, she seems sweet.
She is an absolute dear. Although sometimes I fear it gets her into trouble.
Yeah,
She's
she is a
a
people
kind
pleaser.
thing, but that means she lets people walk all over her.
I get where the
Sometimes a
joke
very
is.
wrong sort might be taking advantage of her.
She says doing it on the ceiling. Also, Draco says she's giving Meryl Streep vibes. She is!
She never seems to buy herself anything. What's more, she's been pinching every penny you've dropped on her like a miser. I suspect she might be having financial issues.
Aren't you her boss? Isn't this your job?
The office pays her well, of course. She's an invaluable assistant.
Oh.
I think it's possible someone might be fleecing her.
Oh no, is she also a subject to the MLM?
Formally ask for your help. I may be her boss, but Florence would never give me a straight answer if she thought it might upset me. However, she's quite friendly with strangers. And technically speaking, as the owner of the house, you outrank me.
Cool.
Maybe you could get something out of her. What do you say? Would you
This is
do
like the
me a
most
favor
quest-like
and
quest
look
we've gotten
into
out of these
this
guys so far.
Quietly.
Also, Plague says your ceiling sees everything. Everything. That is a terrifying thought. Not me writing all my fan fiction. I'll look into it.
Thank you. I'll be waiting. Hopefully it's nothing. What else do you need?
Tell me about Florence. Just wanted to see you. I'll go back through Florence's office. Tell me about Florence.
She's the most dedicated secretary I've ever worked with. She would do anything for this office. Unfortunately, the dear can be a little down on herself. Not much in the way of self-confidence.
I getcha.
It's a shame, really. She's totally unaware of her own natural charms.
Natural charms?
Of course. She's a hard worker, and she gets along with absolutely everybody. She's never in the spotlight, but she makes every room she's in better, like foil next to a diamond. The objects who come into my office to lodge complaints would be in a much worse mood if she weren't there to take the edge off them.
That is a very good point.
And speaking personally, I'd enjoy my work much less if I didn't get to see her smiling face in the office every morning. It's a tragedy she doesn't see herself the same way. What else do you need?
Just want to see you. I'll go back through Florence's office.
Hello again.
Okay, that's a shitty goodbye, but sure. Ian McKenna says this is why you put a mirror on the
I
ceiling.
trust your meeting with the mayor went well?
Yeah, it did.
Wonderful. Anything else I can help you with while you're here?
Tell me about yourself. Tell me about the mayor. Yeah, tell me about yourself.
What? You want to know about me? Oh no. No. You just spoke with the mayor. A little old fuddy-duddy like me can't hold a candle to someone.
Oh, she has no
I just
self-esteem.
handle the paperwork, that's all. Anything else I can help you with while you're here?
Tell me about the mayor then.
She's just incredible, isn't she? So tall and commanding. What I wouldn't give to be able to deal with people the way that she does. Some people think the mayor's cold-hearted, but I'll tell you what, there isn't a sweeter structure this side of the HOA.
She's very striking. You seem quite taken with her. You seem quite taken with her.
What do you mean by that? Exactly. I just think she's a really remarkable ceiling, that's all.
Nailed it, chat.
Besides, she's my boss,
Case
so
closed.
I couldn't begin to comment on her outside of professional opinion.
Oh no, I don't have enough empathy. Okay, sounds very professional.
Oh, yep. Anything else I can help you with while you're here?
No, I'll come back with some more empathy. I'm gonna take some. Yeah, I'm gonna go to therapy. I'm gonna take get a minor in psychology, and I'll be back. In the meantime, though, we're way past our usual end time for streams. So let me toss in a save here real fast, and then do my little goodbye ritual. Playgroup, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Oh my gosh.
DM/GM, your TikToks are fantastic
My
and
TikToks.
thought-provoking. If you want to, I'd like you to buy cheese dice. Thanks,
Dude.
17 Horde Org.
Cheese dice. Are you talking about dice made out of cheese or the dice that are like shaped kind of like Swiss cheese with like little holes? Because that I could 100% do. In the meantime, thank you so much to everyone who's watching on TikTok. I appreciate y'all. I will be back tomorrow. And then for those who are watching on YouTube or Twitch, hi, you're my favorites. TikTok doesn't know that because they're already gone. But I will be back at 5 o'clock Pacific time. Actually, let's do, sorry, I forgot to do the tier list. Holy shit, because we wanted to add a couple more people on here. I feel like Cardboard Box Lady is just going to be a friend. But, oh my god, I'd marry Sea League Lady. She's so sweet. I didn't really talk to our chairperson that much. The floor lacks self-confidence, which is like my least favorite thing when it comes to dating, but she seems really sweet. So I'd put her under just friends. Who else? Yeah, the couch. Oh, marry me. Seems like an absolute sweetheart, and I want to talk to the couch more. I don't think it'll go anywhere. Oh my god, the rat trap is also here. This guy fucking yelled at me. Would do it to get back at a parent. Listen, I made some poor choices in my sexual career. I'm not afraid to fuck a mouse trap. Playgroup has dice that I found which are like cheddar glass dice. Ooh, shit, if I can find those. Oh. Also, Draco says, since we're ending, last redeem is breathe. Thank you so much, chat. I'm gonna send you guys over to a friend of mine who is out here. Oh, someone said Mac? Oh shit, yeah. We'll do Mac next time, because at first glance, I'm not seeing them here. And I think that's just my shitty eyesight, actually. But let's see. We could raid into Shades, who's doing a horror game right now. But if we wanted to, we could also go to... Ooh. God, there's not that many people on today. Let's go talk to Shades. Because he's doing what seems to be a spooky thing, and I know I don't do spooky things that much. And so that way you guys will get a little bit of an experience that I can't give you. And it's already looking really fucking creepy based off the preview I'm getting. So get over there, say hi, be nice to Shades, and I will see you guys back here again tomorrow at 5 o'clock Pacific time for some more streaming of Date Everything, and also just chatting about random shit, like random butterfly effects and all that sort of stuff. So I'll see you later.